The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
I think we do have a rocket ship economy right now.
Rocket ship economy. Remember the last time his pal said that, Charles Payne?
Our economy is surging along. It's surging. It's a rocket ship right now.
And what happened? The market dropped 34% in 22 days. The fastest correction ever. You know, you just love these guys. I mean, these are the cheerleaders. The distortion I talked about yesterday is incredible. They're not here to help you as investors. They're there to get their ratings and for them to make money. You can't listen to them. Yesterday I talked about that, the distortion. The Fed and these guys, fake business news network, they lie. They say they're looking out for the interest of Main Street, the working class. Oh, not Wall Street. They're there to give you great advice. Are you kidding? Are you nuts? Then why is it they're letting Main Street, working class, get thrown under the bus when it comes to inflation, which they say, oh, we're trying to keep a handle on inflation. We're trying to keep inflation down, which is bold-faced lies. Now, inflation devaluates the dollar, which devaluates the purchasing power of a dollar. 3 to 5% each year for the past 13 years. Let me repeat, 3 to 5% each year for the past 13 years. But who does that benefit? That benefits them. That benefits the wealthy. Because remember, when that dollar gets going down, the more the dollar goes down, the more the dollar gets hurt. And you get that from inflation, the better off they are because they're paying their debt back, as I told you yesterday, with less, the debt becomes less valuable. So it's easier to pay back the debt. It's a great deal for them. Now you say, yeah, but it's going to hurt their, they don't make income. Their wages aren't important to them. The wealthy, their wages are not important. They make their money. 85% of their income comes from dividends, comes from the stock market, comes from artwork, assets like that. So they want to see a lot of inflation because when they see a lot of inflation, it's easy to pay back their debt, especially the government. They love inflation. They love seeing the dollar get killed because it helps them pay down their debt. And what does it do for Main Street? Screws them big time because they don't have the assets. They got wages. They're dependent on wages. And their wages is not keeping up with inflation. And they have no artwork. They don't have big stock positions. They don't have big investments in gold mines and everything else. When you're stuck with a wage, that's it. You're screwed. There's no way for you to make money, especially when 72% of the working folks are going to, from paycheck to paycheck. So the biggest problem we have right now is the national debt. And there was a survey, just to go to show you how these guys don't get the message out. A survey of 1,500 people. More than 76% didn't even know what the national debt was. They didn't even know what it was. I don't know if you saw Water's World. I was always shocked that people didn't know the name of a president. So that didn't shock me. And these must be the same exact people when they did a survey who said, oh, 401ks? Oh, I didn't think I was paying any fees. The fees kill you in a 401k. It's the problem with a 401k. The fees. Are you kidding? It's a ripoff. The fees are a ripoff. But going back to the national debt, this debt is a killer. It's going to take this market down. Going to take this market down. The national debt keeps growing. And each new spending program and tax cut adds to the debt. But nobody cares. Deficits. They're added to the national debt. Every time the government spends more money than it takes in, they add it to the national debt. The national debt kills you because the economy can't grow. When the economy can't grow, CEOs do not take and plow money back into their company to buy new machinery and equipment so that you increase productivity, which is everything. Everything. Because without productivity, you don't get a wage increase. There's no savings. People can't start businesses. The largest deficit goes to Obama. I mean, these deficits are killer. I mean, the government spends so much money, and they can't take it in. They can't take it in fast enough from taxes. Now, if you go to the Obama-Biden administration, they added a historic $8.3 trillion to the national debt. That was a 70% increase. And what they use the money for? Here's the problem. At least if they are using the money to grow the economy, that's one thing. But they use the money to increase their socialist programs, to increase the size of the welfare state. Exactly what Biden's doing now. Are you nuts? More than $2 trillion of debt Trump added. But where did most of that money go? That went to, during the pandemic, especially the small businesses. Remember, everybody, if you're in a small business, you could get help, keep your payroll going, keep paying your people. That's what they did. See, because that's the good thing. If you're going to borrow money or create debt, you want to make sure the money's going to an area that grows, that benefits, that grows. The economy doesn't grow when you're going to increase welfare. But that's not the point. The point is that nobody really takes the national debt seriously. It's like, like a big yawn, and it's going to crush us. As a result, this national debt exploded to $28 trillion. That's the first time in history. We're going to be hitting $30 trillion pretty soon. But they don't care. You want to know why they don't care? Because they're going to pay the debt down. You know how they're going to pay the debt down? They're going to create inflation. It's going to kill Main Street. And it's going to help the rich and the wealthy. Because they're not on a fixed income. They're not on wages. Their income comes from deals. Their income comes from selling artwork and the assets. So they don't care how much they create in debt. Because the more they create in debt, the more debt we have. They just keep on borrowing, keep on printing. Dollar goes down in value. They love that. Inflation keeps going up. Dollar goes down. And they benefit from it. They get rich, more rich every day. Where the guy on Main Street, he's screwed because he has a check every Friday or Thursday. Time he pays his bills, that's it. What do you think? He's got artwork in the closet somewhere? What are you, nuts? And here's the big thing. They don't understand the national debt is one of the biggest red flags towards a crash. Because, see, the national debt is greater than what we produce as a whole over any year's time. So this year here, our debt is going to be greater than what we produce, our country produces. It means a very high probability. It's a red flag to our lenders, China and the Saudis, very high probability that we may not be able to pay back our debt. What are you, nuts? And when that happens, guess what? I'll tell you when I get back. It's not good. Listen, join my gang, free, for 10 days. Get the color-coded chart. You'll love it. And a free membership for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. When the markets open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
You can spend indefinitely forever, and as long as you service the debt and can continue to service the debt, that it doesn't matter, that we won't have no capacity to repay the debt, the actual principal.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? That's how she takes care of her credit cards. I just pay minimum payments. See, here's what they don't get. Oh, she gets it. I take that back because she's wealthy. She knows, look, let's not pay the debt back. Let's just keep borrowing and borrowing. The bigger the debt, the more we borrow, the dollar value goes down. And the more the dollar value, or the more borrowing, inflation goes up, the dollar value comes down. And anybody who has big debt, like the country, like our government, almost 30 trillion, our corporations, almost 11 trillion, they benefit because that debt becomes less valuable. Inflation drops the dollar, and then that debt becomes less valuable. So let's just use an extreme. If you have a debt at 30 trillion and the dollar drops 50%, then think of the debt at half. Now, but the problem with that is that the guy on Main Street screwed, because when the dollar value goes down, inflation goes up and the dollar buying power goes down, he doesn't have any assets. He doesn't have, like I said yesterday, he doesn't have assets. He doesn't have artwork, and he doesn't have jewelry, and he has coins and all that. The rich in the stock market. The stock market went up 511% since 2008. Went up 90% from March 2020, 2021. I mean, so if you have assets and you have inflation, it pushes those assets up, and you're making a lot of money. 85% of the top 1%, they don't have wages. They're making money from dividends. They don't have wages. The poor guy with wages, he's screwed. Because now when the dollar goes down in value, he doesn't have the purchase power, he goes out to the grocery store, he's really screwed. Instead of buying 2 bags of grocery, he gets a half a bag. But the guy next to him is a millionaire. That day while he's sitting there, he probably made $150,000 just with his artwork. So see, it's all set up to take care of the rich and to screw the working guy. So they don't care about debt. Here, listen to this guy. Remember him?
Whatever we were worried about, we're not worried about anymore. Powell met with Trump. Everything's fine now. So, we're still going to be fine. I'm not worried about America. I'm not worried about the direction of the country.
I'm not worried about debt. This is amazing. This is nuts. Because before I got out of the last segment, the problem is that when you have a country with a lot of debt, see, this is another reason why they lie about inflation, because it sends a signal to our lenders like China and Saudis, and they're going to want that. See, they believe that we don't have the ability. As soon as they believe we don't have the ability to pay back the debt, we're screwed, because that's how the 2008 crash was triggered, one of the triggers. Because now when we have to sell our debt because we can't meet our payroll, they go sell treasuries, but now they want more money. They want higher interest rates. And when the interest rates get to a certain point, we can't pay that interest rate. And what happened in 2008, it triggered a crash. It wasn't the only thing, but it was a very big part of it. So this whole thing, let's just let debt keep going, because the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. If you don't have assets, nothing worse than being on a fixed income. If you get a check every week, and 72% of the people in this country go from check to check, paycheck to paycheck. What a terrible feeling. You can't go cut a deal. These guys can go cut deals and make $35,000, $45,000 a day. Guys making $35,000, $65,000, even $75,000. They can't go cut a deal. They can't look at the artwork on the wall. So, let's see, that one went up 20,000 last week. This one went up 15,000. So they just keep lying to us. And once you get the Saudis and the Chinese wanting more interest, and that's where we're going. This is where we're headed. Remember, the red flag comes up when the national debt, when our debt is greater than what we can produce in over 1 year. So that means our production is down. Why is our production down? Because the CEOs don't take their profits and plow them back into the company like they used to produce stuff. They don't plow it back into new IT spending, new equipment, new machinery to produce more so that you can get a higher wage, so you go spend more and the economy grows. So see, and debt kills the growth of the economy, but they don't care. They could care less. This is a wonderful thing, but it ends, and it takes everybody down except them. It's like our debt. What a distortion there. Take Social Security. Everybody, well, at least I got Social Security when I retire. Boy, thank God I got that. Oh, really? You think so? Yeah, it's they had another survey. 1,000 people. And 78.6% of 1,000 people. You know what they really believe? That when they take the Social Security out of your paycheck, that there's a box with your name on it, a lockbox. And they put the money in, and nobody can touch it. That's for your Social Security. What, are you absolutely nuts? I mean, have you really lost your mind thinking that? You're out of your mind. My Social Security money's safe. No, it isn't. As soon as you pay that check, it goes to the Treasury, and the Treasury they take that money and use it for pork. They use it for pork. What do you think where they get the pork money for? Building bridges to nowhere. Building a politician building an ice skating rink in his name. What are you, nuts? This is nuts. Your retirement money, you know what your retirement money, everybody's retirement money is in the debt. Who owns the debt? The retirement money. The retirees own the debt. So we're at 30 trillion. Most of that's retirement money. It's unbelievable. Be right back. Take a look at some great stocks and what stocks you should be in. Join my gang, Bill's gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1 percentile? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
I bought into it. It went straight down. I sold out. I cut my losses. And
Good
then this thing bounced back again. Wouldn't you know it?
Yeah.
Don't ever take investment advice from me.
Don't take investment advice from Varney. Let's think about it. He's on a financial show. Think about this. He's on a financial show. His net worth is around $20 million. And he said, don't take advice from me. Are you kidding? That's unbelievable. What's he doing? Sitting on a show, making probably $12 million a year, $10 million a year, whatever he makes. I mean, I that's amazing. But see, the point is, take guys like him and Payne or Hannity. He's worth $250 million. They benefit. See, they want the country to be in debt. The more money they print, the more money they borrow, especially the print. That's inflation. Now remember, I told you yesterday, inflation, everybody thinks inflation is if prices of goods go up, that's inflation. No, it's not. Just because something goes up in price, that's not inflation. Like I said the other day, if you have a shirt store and you got a shirt you sell for $25, you decide to move it up to $100, that's not inflation. Not unless somebody pays money for this short. And when they pay money for this short, that's when it's inflation, because inflation comes from that money being put into the economy. It's called velocity of money. And so that's why they love for the government. That's why nobody complains. That's why the Republicans don't complain. The Democrats don't about spending money. Because the average guy in Congress, he's a millionaire. So they want their assets to go up. So they have no incentive to stop spending. And they don't. I mean, think about that for a minute. Every time they say that they're going to, how many times do you hear them say, the politicians, the tax cuts are a good thing. Tax cuts are a good thing. Really? And they say it's a good thing because it'll spur economic growth, man. What are you, nuts? The only way that would happen if they would cut government spending at the same time they do the tax cut. They never do that. They never will do that. They're not going to do anything to stop the debt from going up. Nor will the government do anything because now it's easier for them to pay the debt back when there's inflation. Now, listen to this. He said, you hear what Varney was saying? Everybody always says that. The minute I get in, and you probably said this too, the minute I get into a stock, it goes down. The minute I get out, it goes up. This is what he said. Well, of course. How do you prevent that? Easy. A stock is a trend. And that's why when I developed the color-coded chart, my Pro 2 chart, you look on your chart, your candlesticks are red, white, or green and red, green and red, green and red. On my chart, it follows, my algorithm set it up so we follow the trend. So if the stock goes down, like he said, the stock went down, went right up. When it came down, he had no idea his stock was still in a trend, in an upward trend. Just because the stock pulls back, it doesn't mean it's out of the trend. See, 99.9% of people buy a stock at $90. And then let's say, and what they'll do, it gets up to 95. Now it pulls back to 92. Get me out, get me out, get me out. I'm getting killed, I'm getting killed. They have no idea. The stock that pulled back from 95 to 92 is a good deal, still a good deal because it's in trend. And you look on my chart, it's color-coded telling you you're in trend. So just because it pulled back from, say, $95 to even 90, that's just profit taking. But my color-coded chart identifies the difference between taking profits and being in trend, or you're out of trend, and then you want to sell short. And, I got to tell you something. You've got this next crash, which is right around the corner. It's so easy. You got to learn how to sell short. It's so easy. If you can put a light switch on, you can sell short. You can sell something short. It's so easy. You want to make money when the market goes down. And this market, if anyone's saying to me, oh, Phil, well, this market's not going to crash. It's different this time. Yeah, that's what they said in 1987. That's what they said in 2001. That's what they said in 2008. That's what they said go to February 2020. And we dropped 34% in 22 days. Now people say, well, it's different this time too. No, it's not. Because as long as you are piling up debt, and the debt gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and nobody cares to pay it down. You heard what this dope said. Oh, let's just keep paying interest on it, paying interest on it. You hear what she said? Just keep paying interest on it. Really? How do they pay the interest? They borrow. They sell treasuries to pay the interest. Sometimes they borrow from China to pay them the interest because we can't pay interest. We have no money to pay it. So that means inflation. Oh, they love that, though, because the rich get richer because their artwork's going up. All their assets are going up. Their coins are going up. Their commercial, everything's going up. But the guy on Main Street who's going paycheck to paycheck, he's screwed. Because now when he goes to get food, his dollars don't buy as much. Goes to the gasoline, he's really screwed. His dollars don't buy as much gasoline. For him, he has no artwork. He's not in the stock market. He's not in the bond market. So please, you got to learn how to sell short. So this May 8th, we're doing a shorting webinar. It's going to be 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be archived for 2 weeks. You don't even have to be here. Archived. You got it for 2 weeks. And we're going to teach you how to short. You got to learn how to short. It's only $75, for God's sakes. 3 hours. 3 hours. And you're going to say, God, thank God I learned how to sell short. Or at least you can get out of it. You'll identify when to turn mother's picture to the wall and run. See, 85% of the people lose money because they don't know when to get out. At least one thing you're going to learn about shorting, you're going to learn, when do I get out of a stock? You heard what Varney said. The minute I got it, it went down. I got out, it went up. Oh, don't take advice from me. That's an amazing statement. Isn't that an amazing statement? He's on national TV, on a business show, on Fox. He's telling people, don't take advice from me. And he gives them advice all day long. My Lord. See, because they don't care. They don't care. We care. In fact, one of the big reasons we care, because we started the show and Phil's gang to help St. Jude. We've been doing that for over 21 years now, helping St. Jude. All we do is, if we could just reach out and help you be a better investor, just to get you to learn when to get out of a stock. If you don't want to short, that's fine. That's up to you, which is crazy, but you don't want to short, that's fine. At least you'll know, when do I get out of a stock? When do I stay in the stock? But by God, if you're going to get out of the stock, short it. It's easy. And I always say that to people. How on earth, you get in a stock at 30, it goes to 60, gee, I better get out. I feel like I get out. It's going to go down. I got to get out. And then you go over and say, oh, I'm going to buy this stock. I heard that from Varney. Okay, or I heard that from somebody else. But wait a minute. The stock you're looking to switch to, probably went from 20 to 60. In other words, what they are doing right now, rigging this market with all the stimulus and QE and stock buybacks, it's always pushing the market up. So if you bought a stock for 30 and 4 months later it's at 60, and you get out of the stock, how are you going to replace that? You can't. So you're going to buy an overpriced stock and you're going to lose money. If you feel your stock's going to go down, shouldn't you be able to just like pushing a button so you make money on the way down? So check it out. I mean, philsgang.com.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Green at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
I bought into it. It went straight down. I sold out. I cut my losses. And
Good
then this thing bounced back again. Wouldn't you know it?
Yeah.
Don't ever take investment advice from me.
I just can't get over that. I can't get over that. Welcome back to philsgang.com. I can't get over that. How's he stay on this TV show? Don't take advice from me, and they're paying him to give people advice. Because they don't care. They don't care about the customer. They don't care about the viewer. They care about advertising. As long as they can make you feel good, go out and buy a car, they'll get the advertising money that keeps them on the air. Look, the one thing you got to understand right now, you got to understand which stocks to be in. You just don't buy anything right now. We got a large rotation going on. And the money, the big money, is coming out of the FANG 5 stocks and the other big tech stocks. Now, you're saying, yeah, but Phil, they're going up. Yes, they are. The institutions are pulling the money out, and they're rotating the money into REITs. They're rotating the money out of big tech into the REITs. They're rotating money into healthcare. I mean, this is what they're doing. And yes, it's going up. Why? Because we still have all these people who don't know what the hell they're doing, coming back into the stock market, haven't been in the market in 13 years, and they hear the same names over and over. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Apple, Microsoft. That's all they hear. That's all they know. And then you go and take a look at the margin debt. We're at $900 billion, highest ever margin debt. Who's that $900 billion? Those folks who've been out of the market for 13 years. They finally come back into the market thinking they're going to get rich because all they're hearing is all this great stuff. I mean, all they hear every day.
I think we do have a rocket ship economy right now.
Yeah, the same guy that said don't take advice from him. Think about that. He thinks we have a rocket ship economy. That means he's giving advice, and then he tells you don't take advice from him. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. So you'll never be in the position he's in where he's saying the minute I get in, that the stock goes down, I get out, the stock goes up. You'll never be in that position again. We can fix that so easy for you. So easy. Because what that is profit taking. The trend didn't change. And if the trend's going to change, you get a color change on your chart. So it's telling you the trend's changing. Going up, now it's going to go down. So you know when the stock goes down, whether if it's a reversal, it's reversing its trend up to down, or it's profit taking. And more people get hurt. More people say that every day. Every day you say, every time I get in, it goes down, I get out, it goes up. That will stop. And you'll learn that at my webinar. Now, we're holding it to 50 people. And the reason why we hold it to just 50 people is because we've learned from experience when we take, say, 80, 100 people, 100, we learned one time, 125 people we had, because we archive it for 2 weeks. I mean, we have a small staff here. I mean, we're not like J.P. Morgan, okay? And we get inundated with questions. Because when we archive for 2 weeks, think about it. If you have 150 people, 125 people, and the questions that come in, I mean, are mountains of email. And we can't answer all those emails. We learn from experience. So by keeping it to 50, we can answer every email, take care of everybody, and it works just perfect. So that's why we keep it to 50. So if you're interested in learning how even to identify when the market is going to go down, to identify, how do you know when the stock market is getting ready to crash? How do you know that? How do you know that? There's a high probability the market is going to give it up. What is it that you look at? And see, here's another thing. You don't need to know this stuff. Where's the, let's see if I load it up today. The noon, where's that? The noon stocks we did. Let's see, I'm trying to, oh, right here. Okay, here, listen to this.
So historically, the way I've been with these FANG stocks, the ones that I like, if they do get killed on an earnings report, I'm more likely to react and buy.
What an idiot. If they get killed on an earnings report, my reaction, I'm going to buy more. First of all, if he's going to get killed on an earnings report, he should not even be in the stock market. One of their geniuses on CNBC. He's on the lunch power thing at noon. Halftime report. Halftime, all right. Half of the information it gives you no good. That's what they should call it. Not halftime report. How about, hey, half the time we don't give you the right information. Oh, and also Varney says don't listen to him on the other channel. So the FANG stocks, it's so easy. I can look at any stock on my chart, and you can call my bluff on this if you want. Okay, you're going to get it for 10 days. I mean, what's the advantage of me sit here and lie to you, say it works and it doesn't, when you're going to have it free for 10 days? Okay, I mean, God, you'll find out. So if you have, let's say, take Facebook. Now, that pulled back. Facebook did have here's one. It had a pullback from $298 all the way down to $276. 7%. Varney would have ran like hell. He would have gotten out and ran, okay? All right? But we knew when it pulled back, it wasn't pulling back because money was getting out. It was pulling, I mean, we knew when it went down that the trend was holding because the color didn't turn to yellow or red. That there alone, you get comfort. If it turned to red, we turn around and have you short it. So easy to reverse your position. Just click a button. So think about it. So Varney, the genius, would have gotten out when the high on the stock was around $299 and it dropped down to $278. He should have never gotten out. What he should have done is he should have joined the gang and had gotten a chart. But he should have taken shares off, reduced the amount of shares he has. But with this chart, you don't need to do that because it's still green, and you can check the trend. You got the trend. There's two. You see the trend on the chart, and you also got another trend that you can cross-reference to make sure it's so easy. Now we got another one. It's pulling back from 314, and it's pulled back to a low of 296, and now it's back up to 304. But right now, it's telling me that the trend is still intact, but it's also telling me that the trend is almost over. So all I do is I go in and I click. I put one of my tools on, and guess what? It turned yellow. It turned yellow. How beautiful is that? That's telling me that money is starting to come out of Facebook because it turned yellow. You look at your chart. Look at your candlesticks. The chart if you go look at your candlesticks from let's say from 314 down to 296, your candlesticks are red and green, red, green, red, green. My candlesticks on my chart are all green, telling you the trend is in place. Then it turned yellow, telling me a warning. The trend is breaking down. So then when it turns red, it's telling me get out, turn my position, and sell short. I mean, how much easier can that be? So please sign up. Go to my site, philsgang.com. You got it for 2 weeks. You don't have to be there 2 weeks. And you could, and it'd be fun for your family, for your kids. Look at your kids doing this. What are you going to do? Send them to college? Are you nuts? What's he going to do? Go to some college so some Marxist can tell him how bad our country is? What's he going to get, a bachelor's degree? That's going to work out real well for him. Or a degree in philosophy. Have him learn how to invest in the market properly. And there's different charts that we have that tell you. We got a chart, the Pro 2, which is long term. People can be in for 3 to 5 months. We got the other chart, 3 to 5 days, and the other chart, 3 to 5 hours. So, again, join my gang free for 10 days. Get the color-coded chart and a membership free for 10 days. And check out on May 8th our webinar, shorting webinar, on May 8th, 12 to 3 Eastern, and it's archived for 2 weeks.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877